What's up, everybody?
Hey!
Welcome back to the Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year. A lot has
Happy
changed.
the bidding war of 2024 has begun, and
Let's go.
welcome to the Liang and Liang's the
A
Professional
professional
Wrestling
wrestling
Podcast.
podcast.
Hey, Happy New
I
Year,
don't know
Katie.
mic stand today, so I couldn't. Happy New Year, Lawson.
Yeah, how to you and
Year,
yours?
year. It's Chinese Lunar New Year hasn't happened yet, but I'm
No,
feeling like a powerful dragon.
hell yeah. Lots of dragons to talk about today on today's episode.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
we're doing
yeah.
okay. I feel like wrestling is a different place than we left it when we
Yeah,
did our year-end list. A
it
lot has
is.
happened.
A lot has happened, Katie. It's crazy a difference 9 days makes. But
Yeah. For
yeah,
instance, I'm in hell.
yeah.
But
Katie's in hell. The Dragon
I'm
Ball
in
hell.
hell.
There's worse hells
Yeah.
out there. The Christian hell.
Honestly, it's pretty chill because I have
Yeah,
no interest in fighting.
right. Yeah, just hangs out, sips on lava martinis.
A lot of
Watches
guys in
watches buff guys fight. Maybe.
tank tops out
Yeah,
here. A lot of
tank
crop
top club
tops.
from different planets. If you're into that type of thing, or even if you're not, they're still
Yeah.
there. Um, so yeah, it's well, we had two major shows, one to close out the year of AEW and one to kick off the year of New Japan Pro
Yeah.
Wrestling. Um,
And boy, do I have some feelings
yeah,
and questions.
questions and feelings. Well,
Questions and feelings.
I feel like we can go chronologically, sequentially,
Okay.
so that way we can get some closure on AEW and then
Okay.
kick off the New Japan stuff.
So we're gonna start with World's End.
Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go.
AEW pay-per-views normally make me eat crow and make me apologize for all the endless petty shit talking I do. This pay-per-view was so messy. I have started watching WWE again.
Oh my
Now,
goodness! No, yeah.
not like every week and fully committed, but enough that I kind of know what's happening right now.
Yeah,
And I don't like that. That's not where I want to be.
The Rock's back. I heard he came back.
He came out.
Yeah.
He's joining the Bloodline plot
Of course
where
he
he's
is.
gonna I guess fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania probably.
Yeah.
Like,
Good luck, Cody. Godspeed. Finish that story, bro. Um,
yeah. Listen.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched The Rock come back because he's The Rock.
Yeah, well, you had to. He cut a promo for a half an hour.
Yeah.
But World's End, I have a feeling a lot of the problems weren't necessarily anyone. Well, we'll get into it. There was problems, but some of them weren't anyone's fault. Some of them were
incidental.
very much somebody's fault.
Sure.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I would say AEW had a really good run from Forbidden Door till Full Gear of like really awesome pay-per-views.
Yeah, definitely.
The last one that was kind of
And-
like, hit or miss was Double or Nothing, I would say, from May. This one, yeah.
But usually they're great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you gotta falter sometimes, right? So this definitely was more of a, this maybe it wasn't bad, but it was not nearly as good as the
It
run
wasn't
of,
great.
Yeah.
It felt a little clunky.
I think it's fair to say it was mid, I would say. There was, well, yeah, let's start the main event. Let's kick it off at the top of the end of the show. Samoa Joe defeats MJF by submission in 17 minutes 50 seconds.
Well,
Yay, Joe! He's the champ. Let's go.
I was about to say, I like Joe as the champ.
Yeah.
No one's gonna be mad about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. It was a weirdly anticlimactic ending to this year-plus long title run. I think the crowd did not expect the finish there.
That's how I felt too, and I love Joe as the champ.
Yeah.
I just wish it made more sense, but I guess that's also because I obviously with the original plot line was going to be Adam turns on MJF in this match.
Yes. Yeah, totally.
So, and they still kind of did that.
Yeah, so
Uh,
we've got to tie the angle into this as well. So, as we suspected, Adam Cole's injury did hinder this plot line a lot, as much as it hindered him.
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
he was revealed to be the devil all along.
Which, as annoying as this devil thing has been, out of all the people they could have chosen, I'm like, all right, at least this is fun.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I like it. Because,
yeah.
I love Adam as a heel. That's where I need him to be,
Mm-hmm.
personally.
He's great at it. Yep.
Like,
Yeah. It's weird because like everyone loves him in real life, but he's better as a heel in wrestling for whatever reason.
he's just so good at it.
He's just yeah. Sometimes people are just better cast that way. So his goons are Roddy the Kingdom, who are the Ring of Honor champions, now the Kingdom, and Wardlow, who did powerbomb MJF and got his revenge by taking everything away from him, like he said he would.
Yeah, kind of gives Wardlow somewhere to be because when they reintroduced him, it was so random.
What are you doing, Wardlow? Yeah, it's like what are you
and
doing?
it makes sense for him to be there. Props to Roddy to making me give a single fuck about the Kingdom, a tag team that I never liked purely based on faces.
What do you
Don't like
mean?
the guy's face.
Not a big fan of the Matt Taven, Michael Bennett,
They always seemed like douchey in a not fun way to me, but then the whole Roddy plot line made me be like, maybe these guys are great, actually. And I, once again, have spoke too soon. So who
Yeah.
knows? Adam does thrive with a stable of dumb guys.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I love to see it. I love the idea that like him and Joe were working together all along. Does it totally make sense? Nah.
not totally.
Am I fine with it? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. And I do the thing that I've liked with the fallout of this angle, because it's been a week and a half now. The AEW is not ignoring the fact that the devil didn't just fuck with MJF. He fucked with Jay White and Hangman, and
Yeah.
and they're not ignoring that, which I like. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get babyface Jay
Really?
White, which I've been asking for a half decade now. But
The biggest reveal out of all this is Hangman with a handlebar mustache.
yes, he's grizzled now. He's seen some shit.
And I like it.
He's seen some shit. A man
To
cut
that,
a promo on his baby and he did not get revenge. He's been through the shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know what Heyman's gonna do this year, but I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Let's.
I
make
think
him the
he
guy.
should get nuts. Make Jay a babyface. I mean, they already just have said fuck it, shuffling the deck. So let's go.
Shuffle the deck. 2024, baby. We might not see MJF for a little while. He has a lot of injuries. Also, he's going to WWE, and so we might not see him for a little bit. He keeps telling everyone he's going to WWE. He's not. I'm pretty sure he's not. But let him
I
work.
mean, I'm so stupid though. Like, I don't know when someone actually is doing that. So
he's
I guess when people actually do, it's not announced that way. They just go.
Yeah, he's been saying he's gonna go in 2024 since like 2021. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, I just don't believe him. But yeah, let the kid work. He's a hell of a worker.
It's true.
So yeah, it's all Joe's the champion. Good. The
Woo!
match in New York was way better. The finish kind of came out of nowhere, but whatever. New champ now. And yeah, we move on with Adam Cole and Samoa Joe, their factions being the big bads now. Along with some.
I love the promo that Hook cut on Samoa
Yes,
Joe.
I loved it.
Simply because I'm like, oh, you're your father's son. He sounds just like Taz.
Yeah.
He even kind of looks like him a little bit in it. And I was like, wow, okay. Okay, Hook, I guess I will take you seriously now, you Marvel mouth fucking little scamp.
Yeah. One of the things I really wanted from AEW this year is to take the kid gloves off of Hook. And they're doing that. Boy, it's like TK, listen to me. So I'm excited for that, to see how they do it. It'll be fun. The semi-main event was, I think, the best thing on the show. I think Eddie Kingston defeated John Moxley in also
Yeah,
17 minutes.
I
17 minutes.
agree that this was probably the best thing of the night, even though even that seemed to have kind of abruptly end, in my opinion,
It
but it was still
was.
pretty good.
Yeah, it was, because he backfisted him like 3 times and knocked out John and then pinned him. So, yeah, it was kind of a flash knockout finish. But, yeah, really
Yeah,
good stuff. There were better
we
matches
love it.
in the Continental Classic, but I thought this was really great. Yeah, sorry, Katie, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, I love Eddie Three Belts situation. Like,
Yeah.
who can be mad? It's just
Yeah.
once again like, and the story here is great because of their history and like the whole thing of Mox is like, I believed in you and you kept shit in the bed, so stop doing that.
Yeah.
And then we're just two guys who like to fight.
AEW
It
will
is.
always be about men and their feelings when it's at its best, and this was that.
Truly,
Two men
it is that promotion.
and their feelings. Yeah. We got the big celebration. Moxley hugging Eddie afterward. Of course, Bryce Remsburg was the ref for this. Him and Eddie go way back in Chikara. So,
Yeah,
if you
love
notice,
it.
Bryce usually refs Eddie's matches, but at least the big ones for sure. So,
It is interesting how all these refs seem to have certain guys they work with, which makes sense because there's
yeah.
a weird dance to be done there.
They have relationships. Yeah. Bryce
Listen,
Bryce does the Orange Cassidy and Ruby matches a lot too, because Chikara.
mm,
Yeah. But yeah, Eddie's the
bang
champ.
bang.
Joe's the champ. All is right with the world. Thank you, TK,
Yeah,
for doing that.
thanks for that.
This Continental Classic. This is also a wrap on the Continental Classic as a whole, Katie. I guess. I loved it
Hmm.
from start. I loved it in hindsight from start to finish.
I think it's one of the better things they've done
I agree.
on TV
Yeah.
because their storytelling's so sloppy right now. Why not just do a wrestle based thing?
Yeah.
And like they got a lot of cool stuff out of it. It really propelled things forward. They have 100 TV shows, so like here you go, something
Yeah.
to fill the time. Like I don't know, I thought it was really smart and well done, and it
Agree.
really focused on some people who normally like don't get to have matches, and
I think
I thought it was cool.
Garcia got maybe the most out of this tournament besides Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
And he lost like almost every match, but he got so over.
That kid, he's got it though.
He's got it. He's got it, Katie. You
And
were
he
right.
was so over, and then
Yeah.
Jericho fucking steamrolled him, as he's one to do.
Pulled rank
And
on
then,
Danielson.
so I'm glad he's back, because, like,
Right.
out of everybody, like, he's the guy. And they're kind of, being like, he's going to be tagging with, FTR now, which is an interesting place to put him.
It is, yeah. But he definitely, I like still him with 2.0. Matt
yeah.
Menard and Cool Hand Ange. They're still a fun unit.
Oh, I love the Quebec boys. I don't know what they're doing with them, but they need to do something. They're just a delight. I just
Yeah.
want to see them do dumb shit all the time.
I would just have them as a trio and then turn the three of them face.
Yeah.
You
It would be so easy.
Yeah. You could put Jake Hager back with Jericho, honestly. I don't really. Jake Hager's fine, but like, I don't think you need him in this faction as a babyface. He's like
I agree.
He's a heavy.
I agree.
Yeah.
Send them both away.
It's funny. I don't know if we talked about this, Katie, but you remember back when Jericho Appreciation Society was feuding with the Blackpool Combat Club? There initially was the plan to have Garcia actually turn and join the Blackpool Combat Club, but
I remember, because I was like, Garcia's so good. I'm so glad they're finally like giving him a thing to do, and then they just like disappeared.
Yeah, so Jericho apparently pulled rank on Danielson back then, because Danielson wanted him, and Jericho's like, he's mine. So, yeah.
Makes sense too, because when they wrestled, I was like, no offense to Jericho, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Maybe he will join Blackpool, but before it's said and done, who will see? Who knows? Blackpool's in an interesting spot right now. They've lost a lot recently. Eddie beat all three of them, and Wrestle Kingdom we'll get to. But anyway,
That is true. He beat all 3 of them, and those
Yeah.
were like literally all his like mini bosses.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. The Eddie Danielson match was so fucking good. Both of them, but the second one especially.
Yeah.
So Eddie's the man. 3 belts Eddie, Triple Crown champ, baby. Let's go. I actually have him as my background on my computer. He's my desktop image right now. Him with the 3 belts. So
I love him so much. He makes me want to make fan art because I know he'll post it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of really fun fan art out there with him too.
Well, he loves it when someone draws him like chibi anime style because he's a fucking weeb.
Yeah. Katie, I must have brought this up to you, but like, have you seen this YouTube video this weeb made comparing Guts from Berserk to Eddie Kingston?
No.
Have I never brought this up to you? I failed you.
No!
I will share this with you.
You failed me!
Yeah.
I literally have the Dragon Slayer on my arm. That's like my 2 favorite things is Eddie Kingston and Berserk.
Yeah. I'll share
That's so funny.
Show because
and you know he loves it because he literally has posted pictures of like Griffith and shit on his sad girl Instagram.
Yeah, he's definitely seen it. But
you better send that to me.
I'll send it to you. It's like 20 minutes too.
It is true that because Eddie's whole thing is he's fighting against self and environment.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And the cruelty of the author.
Yeah. So then we had Christian beat Edge in 11 seconds. Wait, what? No. So what happened was Adam Copeland defeated Christian Cage in 25 minutes. And then
this match was fun though.
It was good. I liked it. It was good. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Like I was entertained by it.
Yeah. Adam Copeland, I'm going to keep calling him Edge. Edge can still go. That's not my issue with him. It's more where does he fit in this company, actually, though?
He doesn't. And especially because he's still trying to do, like, I'm Edge. And it's like, well, the reason Christian works so well in the company is because he's a whole different guy here.
No, yeah, exactly. New coat of paint. Yeah. He's adjusted. The people...
And he's gained an entire family.
Yeah. Yeah, the acts that have really thrived in AEW coming from WWE all gave themselves new coats of paint. Like, Moxley is nothing like Dean Ambrose.
No.
Even Jericho, despite all his...
I know right now I'm exhausted with Jericho and everything.
It's a good time to be. He's done it to himself a little bit.
He's done it to himself a little bit. Yeah, say what you will, he is known for reinvention. Yes. Now, that's part of the problem here is that he stopped doing it.
He has stopped for a little bit here. Yeah, he's kind of parked in neutral.
He really loves that purple coat, and he doesn't want to give it up.
Yeah. Yep. He's kind of... Well, he really wanted... I think he really wanted the Golden Jets to be his thing, and now that Kenny's hurt, he's, like, scrambling a little bit, but...
But also... Leave Kenny alone.
Everyone wants to work with Kenny. And Jericho was like...
Leave him alone.
But the thing
Leave him alone.
I know. I know, Katie.
When he gets out of the hospital, that man's gonna be depressed. His little boyfriend with his 2 broken ankles is getting sent to the fucking farm.
Yeah, we don't have enough time.
Stay away from him.
We don't have enough
time.
Stay
away from him
to get into this year. But I'm just gonna say, I watched the Kota Ibushi Noah main event with Naruchi Marufuji. I watched all 30 minutes.
My friend was there.
Yeah.
My friend was there and texted me, and he hadn't been watching wrestling for a long time, but he used to be a New Japan person with me, so he just texted me, what happened to Ibushi? And I'm like, I don't have time. Like,
It's honestly
so much.
Honestly, I could write a short essay about that match, but just to really quickly go, Kota Ibushi clearly was injured going into this main event, and knew he was injured, and he knew he wasn't going to have a good match. He was like crying when the bell rang. I was like, this guy, no, he's fucked. Then he breaks his ankles during the match, like clearly, and honestly,
both of them.
Honestly, the fact that it it went. The fact that he even kept going was like, I mean, they shouldn't have. Wrestling's dumb.
He needs to be put in a psych ward.
Like,
and I say that with love.
He needs to be saved from himself. Yeah, this was. He should not have been in this position. It was not.
No.
Yeah, so,
anyway,
it was bad. But,
Edge and Christian,
renewing hostilities.
Edge and Christian,
plunder, no DQ. Nick, an 18-year-old was powerbombed into fire. What else do you want? This pro wrestling, baby.
He was and his butt only kind of hit it, and then he sold his butt being hot, which I was like, okay, Nick Wade, I like you.
I mean, yeah, he did like the fun like butt. Yeah. It was. I mean, the kid's still growing into his body. Yeah. He doesn't have the mass to like go through like the table yet. He's still growing into his body. So.
Well, and AEW needs to gimmick their stuff a little more, so it's not totally his fault.
The tables are usually good, but also Edge did have to take a while to put it back on fire. There was like a little. Whatever,
but he knew if he did. I understood what that was because he was in an impossible situation. Yeah. Because if he fucked it up a second time, then that's it.
Yeah.
So he really wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
It was happening.
And the crowd, to be fair, really wanted this table to be on fire. When they took out the table, they were like, "Oh, put that shit on fire." Then Christian set it on fire. Yeah.
Remind the greater universe of what Long Island audiences specifically are like.
Yeah.
They are, and especially one at Nassau Coliseum, this is an audience that wants heels to win. This is an audience that is just shit-faced.
Mm-hmm.
They want fire. They basically want it to be fucking WCW up in there. So, like, keep that in mind, throughout the night. They're not normal people. They're all drunk driving home on the LIE. Like,
it's Strong Island, baby. So, at the end of it, Edge spears Christian and then gives him the kill switch and pins him. And then afterwards,
No, finish your thought, and then...
I was just gonna go to the Luchasaurus, kill switch, who won the Battle Royal.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yes.
So, I understand why they need to rebrand him at this point. But it seemed really random, and he still looks like Luchasaurus. Now, I get it that he wants to keep a mask. But I feel like, in this point, it would behoove him to go get a fully new mask. Well, am I out of line to think that?
Here's what I think, Katie. I think they don't want the audience to actually want him to become Killswitch. Because they chant Luchasaurus. I think they want him to rebel and go back to being Luchasaurus. So they don't want, don't want him to be Killswitch. They don't want to reband him.
Obviously, I've wanted him to be good since he went bad. But, like... So that's the whole thing.
I think that's why they're not actually rebranding him. Is they want him to.
Okay, so I'm just a mark. Okay, great. Well, I love that. No.
Being a mark.
I would rather be a mark.
Yeah.
Like I need to. For those, if you're tuning in for some reason for the first time ever, I want to be a mark. I want to be stupid. I want to know nothing. I want to fully buy into it. I want to think these people are fighting for real, and I go, "Oh no, what are you saying?" So, great. I'm glad I'm fucking stupid. This is actually great.
Yeah. Hey, if you're a new listener, Happy New Year, and thanks for being a new listener.
Thanks for joining me in hell.
Oh God. Yeah, we got that. We're gonna get that big Core Raiders bump now, right? Because you were on Core Raiders recently, so that's probably.
I was on the last ever Core Raiders that was on Cracked.com.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. The people of the Cracked.com comments did not like what I was selling, and like, don't get me wrong. I've been a woman on the internet for a long time now, so I have seen all the hateful comments towards me, but it was just so funny how hateful Crack.com people are. Because I'm like, you're loyal to a website that like made Bonsai Kitten famous. Like it's 2024. Like what are you fucking?
It's also like, yeah, it's what I love is when they just respond to the title of the video.
Yeah, like
Because
zero media literacy. It's crazy.
which is not
It's
even the first,
insane.
not even the first core they do on the show, but whatever.
It's one of the last ones, and we talk about it for 2 seconds, and I almost wanted to yell at them because I'm like, you put my face next to a question about wife swapping. Like, what do you think people are gonna expect?
You knew what you were doing,
Like,
Alex.
they're already mad that I have a mullet. And like they're mad that I decided to wear a kind of gender neutral outfit, which by the way, I'm a cis woman. So it's like it's really funny when people get mad at me for looking gay and then they call me like non-binary. You know, I don't care when people lob trans misogyny at me because I'll take it for the dolls. But like it's just funny. I'm like, all right, like because when people make fun of my looks as a woman, that's hurtful, but when they just straight up misgender me, I'm like, oh, you just don't like hot people. Like, that's fine. Like,
yeah, they just have bad taste, Katie. These people, there's no accounting for taste for these people.
So I can't wait for the one fan we get from Track.com who's just gonna be railing on us for being from fucking New York, and I don't know.
I hope we get like a hate fan.
If you put
who saw the wife.
If you put a clip of my face and be like men should sit on the toilet and just like then I'm sure we'll get some of those people.
Or put a picture of your face and something about therapy. I don't know, just like
a picture of my face being like,
"Are men okay?" Just or whatever. Just like
this woman hates wrestling.
Yeah. Anyway,
she says more girl matches. Fire her into the sun.
Are there not enough women's matches on AEW? Picture of Katie's face.
Not me.
So, should New Japan have more women's matches? Picture Katie's face. Anyway, open up that bag of worms again.
And Noki comes up from the grave and drags me straight to hell. That's how I got here.
His large Japanese hand comes out of the dirt.
Listen.
Anyway. So, sorry, Luchasaurus, sorry. He cashes in his fucking one night Money in the Bank thing.
Which I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. It was really weird and kind of random to have this one night thing. But then Christian spears Edge and pins him. And I just want to say, I know for a fact that, what's Christian's shoot name? Jay Russo and Adam Copeland were, like, really happy that they both got to be TNT champion on the same day. Beating each other with each other's moves. I bet they're just pleased as piss that they got to do that. They're so happy.
Like, they could wrestle each other with their eyes closed at this point, probably. Yeah. Like, and that's pretty joyful to watch, even if everything around it is like, what? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they worked hard. I enjoyed it. This is a good part of the show, I would say.
Honestly, it was a bright spot for me in a confusing show.
Agreed, yeah. Okay, then we had something. Okay, Julia Hart defeated Abaddon by pinfall. The house rules.
Okay.
Was that biting was legal. 11 minutes 35 seconds.
Here's the thing I don't understand.
Yes.
If there's a stable of spooky Satanists, wouldn't the zombie be on their side?
Well,
and I understand why Long Island started going, this is spooky, because
spooky.
What, like, who is this match? This match was not for this crowd. And don't get me wrong, I'm here, Miss Women's Pro Wrestling. Yeah. I'm here, Miss, aren't we proud of Julia Hart working her little tuchus off? Like, I'm even here for Abaddon getting on TV suddenly. Like, I'm all for this concept, but this match makes no fucking sense to me.
So, I feel like, how do I put this? This is kind of why I thought maybe belting up Julia was a little too early, because the stage that Julia Hart is in now is where she is good enough to have good matches with good wrestlers. But I don't think she's at the level where she can, like, carry someone who's still on the greener side.
Yeah.
And Abaddon is. And the crowd was, they wanted this match to work, but it just
Yeah,
they need it just
they
didn't.
need a ring general to be their women's
Right.
champ right now,
Right.
and they just don't.
Yeah.
And that's no I
Julia
don't
Hart's
like to
still
dunk
learning.
on Julia,
No, she's
but
good, but
she's so
she's
young.
so young.
Yeah,
She's an
but
after
I
9/11
think
baby. I mean,
right. Yeah, and I just thought this match, like, I didn't think they had chemistry. I didn't
yeah,
understand why they were fighting each other. Like, it just
it's a battle of
doesn't
spookiness.
make. Once again, the zombie would be part of their crew. Like, it just storytelling wise makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And I actually wish Abaddon would be spookier because she looks spooky,
Right.
but then she's not like acting like a zombie. And I'm like, if you're gonna be the fucking eight, because there used to be that other indie wrestler, I forget her name, whose shtick was basically she was a nurse from Silent Hill. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
I forget her name. I think it was like Nurse Ratchet or some play on
Something
that.
like Nurse Ratchet, yeah.
And she would like straight up be like, she would come on stage in a body bag and be like stumbling around and stuff. And I'm like, if you're gonna be a zombie, like, sis, you gotta be a zombie, okay? And
Yeah.
she's giving me more like, Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
I just like everything about this. I'm like, I just wish everything about it was a little better,
Yeah.
because it's a pay-per-view, and this kind of felt like a house show.
House show match. A little bit.
I'm sorry, I love women's wrestling. Don't
Listen,
yell at me.
Listen, here's the thing. So, if
I'm critical because I believe in you.
Yes.
I believe in you both, and
We
that's
can't-
why I'm being so critical.
we can't treat the young women of tomorrow and
No.
Abaddon apparently is also they them, so I don't but so
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
Genuinely,
I
I'm
forgot
sorry.
to.
Like,
I forgot to, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, the young women that people and folks, women and folks of tomorrow with kid gloves, because I mean, and to be fair to Abaddon also, it's not like Undertaker was good from jump. Undertaker like kind of sucked for a while, actually.
Oh yeah.
If you go back and look, young Undertaker was like boring and like stumbled around a lot. And yeah, he was like 6'10" or whatever. But like,
it takes a while.
Yeah.
I think this match was honestly unfair to them both.
Yeah,
to
it
have
been
it
in such
on
a big
this
spot.
stage.
Yeah, it was in too big of a spot, I think. But that's how you learn. I mean, when TK put Julia up against Chris Statlander at first, right? And that pay-per-view match. Like, at that point Julia was still improving, but then she showed up. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, she's like ready. Julia's ready to be in spots like this. The problem is when you give her the title, now she's working with other people who are trying to prove that they're ready. And that's a whole
and
different
she's not
animal. That's just a different level. Like,
it totally makes sense.
Chris Stat, who is like fantastic now, got some like pay-per-view matches in like 2020 that she probably wasn't ready for.
And
just because
exactly
AEW look their roster is not the deepest. So they sometimes have to try stuff, but
at this point I understand if you're a women's wrestler why you wouldn't want to go to AEW. It's a snake eating its own tail. So you guys gotta step up and fix that for me.
They do have Deanna Purrazzo.
The person
now.
who
big get.
Yes, I saw that.
Huge get.
I did. That is a huge get. So
I was telling my friends
go.
Because a lot of my friends don't watch Impact or whatever. I was telling them like, no, this is a huge. Because like a lot of my friends are like, when is Monet gonna show up? And I'm like, sure, that's fine. But Deanna Purrazzo is the goods, and that's a huge get. It should be.
I don't know her super well, but even I know that she's like she's a star.
Yeah.
So
she's like friends with Britt, and so they'll probably have a feud that'll be awesome at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she can talk.
Once my wife gets out of the hyperbolic time chamber, it's all over for you,
Katie. We're gonna have a Jamie Hayter Chris Statlander main event sometime this year. I can almost guarantee.
Battle of the Butts. Let's go.
Did you see on Collision when Stokely did the intro for Chris Stat and said she was thicker than a Snickers?
I did see that, and I
Stat
also saw that Kira Hogan put on weight, and she looks amazing.
She looks great. I actually didn't notice, but she looks great.
No, I mean that in the most positive way, because she used to be stick thin, and I saw her and I was like, "Ooh, okay, I'll pay attention to you now. Let's go." Sorry, you're a very talented wrestler, but I'm also a 13-year-old boy, and also. What I also liked about Stokely on commentary is he yells at people to stay professional. And
he did, yeah.
I love Taz and Xavier, but they've been podcasting too much. Because when I go watch Nigel and Kevin Kelly, it's a whole different beast. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is the better deal.
But to be fair, can't we have variety in our commentaries? I like the Taz Excalibur podcast.
No, I love it. It's just sometimes I wish they would do their job just once.
That's a fair request.
I think sometimes they need to be separated, like two chatty kids in school, like so Tony doesn't want to choke them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just every once in a while. But anyway.
I had a friend like that.
But I digress.
Yeah, I had a friend like that, like in 4th grade. We had to be separated.
Yeah.
We were too much of a menace together. Sting, what the hell was this? Oh, Sting, Darby Allin, and the Sex Gods defeat Ricky Starks, Big Bill, and the Don Callis family. Anyway, Swerve Strickland defeated... I don't know. What do you want me to say? Takeshita... Here's what I'll say about this match, okay? This match had Chris Jericho and Sting and everybody, whatever. Konosuke Takeshita was so clearly the best guy in this match. Like, so clearly. Better than everyone else.
Heads and shoulders.
And I just said it. And it's like, I like Darby, and Sammy's good sometimes, and like, you know, Sting and Jericho are legends and all that. There weren't like bad people in this match. Ricky Starks is great, right? But like, Takeshita was such a guy. He's such a guy.
Yeah.
He's just like...
No, I mean, no argument. You know, he's the guy.
Yeah. Anyway, this match was sloppy.
It just didn't. It also just like doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of doesn't make sense, but at least I know the reasoning why it happened.
Swerve defeats Dustin Rhodes via pinfall. 9 minutes 30 seconds. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what happened to Keith. I hope he's okay, because clearly this was so last minute that the only person that could do it was Dusty.
That's why he's on that bench, baby. Know
what? He's a team player.
He's a designated hitter.
And you know he was so excited because he was like, I want you to crack me open like an egg.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, I knew he was going to do a destroyer. I was like, I bet he does a fucking destroyer in this match, and he did.
Yeah.
So, it was fine. I mean, it was mostly a long angle to get Swerve over, so...
It did seem way longer than it should have been.
It was, yeah. It went 9 minutes at the end of the day. Which after
I guess
broke his leg, it should have been like 2. But yeah. I agree.
Know.
Probably should have been shorter.
Because everyone knows this was the match that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And Swerve's already over as shit, so like they could have just had the squash and called it a day. In my opinion, they probably should have.
Less is more sometimes. I wish wrestling would learn that more. Thomas Tony Storm defeats Riho by pinfall. 11 minutes 40 seconds. Gotta be honest, I don't remember anything about this match right now.
I don't either, and I feel bad about that.
I don't think it wasn't bad. I'm sure it was fine.
It just was. I think it was fine.
It's probably just fine.
Because if something really bad happened, we would remember.
I remember if it was bad. Yeah. So
I think it was just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just fine.
That happens, I guess. I mean, Miro defeated Andrade Idolo in 15 minutes. Okay, I have a fucking question, Tony Khan. This guy is leaving your company. Why did you treat him so goddamn well? Why did you have Andrade beat Bryan Danielson for one and go 15 minutes with Miro if he's fucking leaving? Fuck him,
Maybe there was something in his contract or something. Like, I don't understand.
If you're not signed to my company, get on the bench. Hit the bricks.
I don't understand why this is happening.
I mean, they got Lana back with Miro. Oh, wait, what do you mean? Which context?
Why Miro and Andrade are fighting. Like, they've dropped storylines before. They could have just sent him into the Black Lagoon and just, whatever. That's my problem with this pay-per-view is so much of it is like, I don't understand why this is happening.
Well, so I mean, they did have the whole thing with I keep saying Lana, what Miro's wife.
Yeah.
Her, her.
Yeah.
She was like managing Andrade, but it was a farce because then she turned on Andrade at the finish. And
right, which would have been fun if anyone knew or gave a shit. It was all so weird from the first part.
Yeah.
It also felt like and also like felt like a WWE angle. Like this whole thing, I'm like, y'all are giving me some 2012 up in this bitch. Like
this CJ Perry story has been bad, explicitly because
it's really bad.
What you are telling us is that this man, who is a great wrestler, is married to this woman who wants to be a manager, and they're happily married still. They're not like on the outs. They're still married. But she doesn't want to manage him for
I have a theory.
Reasons.
I have a theory because this is like the third time this couple has done this plot.
I know,
if you remember correctly.
It's always
I
bad.
think
Why?
They're into it sexually.
I think
Miro.
I think
Miro likes the idea of being cucked and then forcing her back. Like, I really think it's like a sexual proclivity at this point because this was messy.
Yeah.
And it's the only. He's like, I think it's just part of their marriage.
It's like a weird
they have to do
storyline. It's like
they have to do this every like couple of years, otherwise their sex drives go down. I truly believe it.
Yeah, get the spark back. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's always
Miro's definitely
but
into some shit. He seems like a fun husband.
Sure.
Like
yeah, I bet he's got lots of literature about certain things. So anyway, this was a cold match. I think this kind of skidded the show a little bit. But we did have a fun opener, which was the Blackpool Combat Club. So it was Claudio, Bryan Danielson, Mark Briscoe, and Daniel Garcia defeated Jay Lethal, Brody King, Jay White, and Roosh. It was the Continental Classic All-Star 8-man. It was a lot of fun. Garcia pins Jay Lethal, getting a big win. So
yeah,
it was fun. It was a fun opener. I don't got really else to say about it. But
that's all.
Yep, that's it. See, overall, they've had better shows. But we move into a new era with the new champs in 2024.
Let's go.
And so we move to a new year, a New Japan, Pro Wrestling. Wrestle Kingdom 18. Katie, how much of the show were you able to catch? Most of it? All of it?
I watched all the important things and I scrolled through the rest.
Fair enough.
Nothing but respect for my President Tanahashi.
Go Prez! Everyone was laughing when this match was announced and was like, if he beat Zack after Zack was like unbeaten for a year for this title, it'll be really fucking funny. And he did. So
I thought that was pretty whack.
Well, we'll get to, because there's also there's this, and then there's some stuff that happened on Dash to set up the feed, and we'll get to that. Let's start with this main event. Tetsuya Naito defeated. That can't be right. Sorry. Tetsuya Naito defeated Sanada. That doesn't. Hold on. This is Wrestle Kingdom, right? Sanada. Is that
on one hand, it's like, yeah, give the belt to anybody else. On the other hand, Naito's like, where has he been? Like this, I couldn't believe this shit. I mean, I can because I've been paying attention,
right?
But I was like, I couldn't give less of a shit. I think if the Five Guys stable was a joke that they're all low-end mid-carders that just always lose forever, and then he won the belt in like 5 years, that would be funny and fun.
Sure.
Instead, we've had this year of Paradise Locks and 6-minute
into Dragon
title
Sleepers.
defenses. And I just couldn't care.
Yeah.
And Naito didn't even put on the white suit. He wore a Halloween mask and some brocade. I'm like, all right, fine. This is where I'm at now, New Japan. Shit in my mouth, and I will eat it.
I mean, this is the Wrestle Kingdom main event. Katie,
Is it?
Katie, has there been a
No.
weaker Wrestle Kingdom main event ever?
I don't know. I mean, all right.
That we've ever seen.
That I've seen, no. I've watched about 7 Wrestle Kingdoms now. So for me, no.
That's a lot. That's a decent amount. I think I've seen 10. Yeah, and yeah, same. No.
You remember when Kenny and Okada fought and the world was on fire and we all were like pro wrestling and it went on for 100 hours?
Yeah.
And, you know,
it was awesome,
everyone shit their pants.
Still my favorite match of all
time. Do
you
remember that?
Yeah, I do. It wasn't that long ago, Katie. It was nigh but 7 years ago. Omega Okada. Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember?
Not only Omega Okada 1 is my favorite match of all time still. And multiple Wrestle Kingdom main events are some of my favorite matches ever. And this is I'm not even gonna remember this match. Like in 3 months. I'm gonna forget all about this.
I mean, I might remember it conceptually in the way that it has hurt my feelings.
Right. Right. Yeah, and this is also Naito, the other guy.
What happened?
Besides Okada, Naito, in the dome.
What is going on?
And this is...
It's bad. I mean, he's hurting my feelings. The match is hurting my feelings. Sonata's got to go.
Well,
the company...
Katie, did you stick around to watch when Naito... Well, first Evil jumps in, then Sonata saves him. Because LIJ... Whatever. So then Naito does the roll call. That was the big moment. He does the roll call at the Tokyo Dome. The shonen protagonist's dream is realized. Did that do anything for you?
I mean, I do love Naito and I love LIJ. So I'm not like mad at it. It's just like this is Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, like, this is supposed to be Wrestle Kingdom. And
the weird like LA Dojo show they announced after this is a better card.
Yeah. That's this weekend. I might watch that actually.
Yeah.
Looks
like
pretty good. Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good, yeah. It's got Eddie and Gabe Kidd. It's got Moxley.
I know. I saw that. I was like, I'm excited about both those. Mostly because you tell me Gabe Kidd's the goods, and you know how I feel about Shingo. Yeah. Like, let's.
I have to be honest though, as a Gabe Kidd supporter, I have not. I think he's doing this gimmick a little too much. I think it's hurting him. This War Dogs gimmick laying a little thick, but whatever.
Well, maybe Eddie will smack it off his face.
I would hope so. Yeah, they had a great match like a couple years ago, before Kidd was doing this gimmick. So, well, anyway, so this is Wrestle Kingdom. So, Kazuchika Okada defeated Bryan Danielson. 23 minutes, 30 seconds, and the best thing on the show.
This was a shining light.
Easily the best thing on the show.
I mean, it should have just been its own show. I just would have watched that and gone to bed happy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great, obviously.
It was awesome, yeah. It was excellent.
He was screaming that he was going to break his arm, and there were certain points where I'm like, he might do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were some of those submission holds that were crazy.
Yeah.
That man is so good.
Yeah. Literally two of the greatest wrestlers of all time having a match in the Tokyo.
Okada taunting him in the beginning by like encouraging him to smack him in the face. Like I hadn't seen him that cocky in a while. Like that
I
shit
liked
was
it.
lit.
I liked it.
I couldn't believe it.
I liked it a lot. Yeah.
How
Okay.
did what? Like fuck the belt. Made this the main event and just say Sonata went back to his home planet. Like I don't care.
This is like what we call the real main event, as they say.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, I thought it was a beautiful pro wrestling story. And Danielson falls to the Rainmaker after Okada hits a landslide. Nakamura's move. That was wild. And yeah. Yeah, it was great. The best thing on the show. So then we had the three-way. David Finlay defeats Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley after debuting his new finish on Will Ospreay and pinning him for the inaugural IWGP Global Heavyweight title.
I know Osprey's leaving, so I understand.
Yep. Gotta do what you gotta do with Mr. David Finlay. Run with the mans. I gotta point out a couple things actually. So sorry to backtrack here. Okada Danielson. Okada's jacket. When he transformed the jacket. That shit was awesome.
So it was funny because it was a little janky at first where you're like, so he comes out in what looks like a white robe and then a light lowers and scans him with a violet light, and then he basically is wearing one of those sun changing shirts you used to have as a kid in the 90s, but it made his jacket colorful, and it was really sick, but it was a little confusing for like 2 seconds because the music cuts out and then this like very janky like unfurnished like light falls down, and for a second I'm like, did it break? But then when the reveal happened, it was like, okay, worth it.
It was awesome.
I mean, Okada always has top tier gear.
Pageantry,
I will never like, he always looks amazing. I want an Okada buck so bad. If anyone in Japan wants to send me the Okada buck, and if you got God, I should just like hire someone to buy me gear, because there's so much shit that goes on sale only in Japan that makes me so mad I can't buy.
Yeah. Okada with top tier Wrestle Kingdom fits, historically speaking.
Yes.
He's the man. David Finlay. So, Will Ospreay, speaking of entrances, Will Ospreay first came out just like Assassin's Creed Jack the Ripper. Then he has like two intros.
I heard he's like officially licensed with them. Like he's what's that called? Representative of that.
Yeah. Official Assassin's Creed.
Which is so funny. Is there like a new Assassin's Creed game? Like
there usually is. I don't really know.
Okay, I don't know. Not really my shit.
Yeah, I never really played them, but sure, he comes out. This was a fun match, chaotic. Here's the thing about this. Picture a good three-way match with these guys. It was that.
Yeah.
It was
that. This was fun. Like, I wasn't mad about it.
Yeah.
It was,
No, it was fun. It was fun. And Moxley bled.
Yeah.
He got killed by...
Well, at this point, he has that kind of forehead that you blow on it and it busts open. So.
That's true. But I think he did it on purpose this time. Because he disappears for a little while, then he comes back with the thing.
He loves it. He's like, well, they haven't seen my new thing where I bleed on everything in Japan.
It's new in the Tokyo Dome. I'm gonna bleed. David Finlay then got into it with Nick Nemeth. Am I pronouncing that right?
I don't know.
Nicholas Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, the former Dolph Ziggler. Look out for that, New Japan fans.
Literal jump scare. When the camera turns and Dolph Ziggler and his little brother are sitting in the front row, I screamed because my brain had trouble understanding what it was looking at. But I'll say this.
Yeah.
Listen, obviously I'm not a Dolph person, but I think he weirdly makes sense in Japan in the way that I used to not understand Juice Robinson at all, but he made sense in Japan. As
Sure.
an uncanny valley version of a gaijin dude who dresses like he, hangs out in the Sunset Strip, but like a Eastern perspective on what that might be like. That's
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler,
Sure.
right? So why not? I
Yeah.
guess.
Sure.
And I mean, they've fucked up so bad bringing new talent in, they might as well be doing shit like this. Now, was I psyched when the next day they said Matt Riddle is also coming? No, I need him to go away.
Well,
You can only have one of these bummers for me to justify it, okay? And what is
yeah,
he gonna do in Japan? Weed is so illegal there.
it
It is
is.
so illegal.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. I guess I could speak to the Matt Riddle thing now since you brought it up. Yeah, on New Year's Dash, he challenged Tanahashi for the TV title. Yeah, that's what it is. So
so what? They're gonna give it to him instead of Zach? That's offensive.
yeah,
That offends
I
me.
think so. Pretty sure he's gonna win it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That really offends me
I will say I'm
deeply.
yeah, I'm not surprised because I remember before he went to WWE, New Japan really wanted Matt Riddle. They
I remember
really
when he was in his little indie ran, but I think
right.
he's really burned through his goodwill and any sort of like anything that was charming about him is totally wrecked now.
I mean, yeah, I think that's true, but I wonder how the Japanese crowds will react.
Oh, they'll love him.
Probably.
He's not wearing shoes. He's like a
Yeah.
cartoon of what you think an American is. Once
Right.
again,
He
so
comes
I
out without
get it.
shoes, yeah. Yeah, so again, I'm not surprised we can, you know, we're allowed to be upset about it, but I'm not surprised.
Dude, how do I watch Noah? Like, I need a new. Like, I need to watch Dragon Gate and DD. Like, I need like New Japan has like really upset me this year. Like, I
Yeah.
gotta find another way to watch Japanese wrestling that doesn't
Honestly,
bum me out.
yeah, Katie, you wouldn't like Noah. Noah's too serious, but I will say,
Okay.
you would probably love Dragon Gate. Dragon Gate's
Okay, I'll watch Dragon Gate, and I already like DDT, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's once again,
it's hard to watch it all the time.
both
yeah.
these, it's hard to find it, but
Yeah.
I do find it because I love my husband.
Chris Brown. Not Tetsuya Endo. He's handsome too, though. He's a handsome guy.
I mean, also like I just like DDT because it's the opposite of Noah, where it's
It
just
is.
wacky.
It is, yeah.
They brought fucking Mecha Mummy back. Like I'm in, baby.
Yeah.
Like,
Dragon Gate has that like splits the difference where it's like it's not like that.
it's a wrestling.
They
it's
have
a wrestling
comedy
show.
and they tell story. They're like their storytelling's like really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Seconds.
Sign me up.
I wish
Sign
Dragon Gate,
me up.
Yeah, I think if Dragon Gate had the visibility of like other prominent companies, it would be a huge hit. I think because
Dragon Gate.
It takes care of
Get
its
at me.
characters.
I
Yeah.
will represent you in the United States. Just make it easier for me to find you.
Please, yeah. They're adding some English commentators and stuff, so they're making strides. But, yeah, that's maybe something we'll try to do more in 2024. Spotlight some Dragon Gate. Fuck. Oh, no, this was good. Sorry, I scrolled up too much. Okay, Desperado defeats Hiromu Takahashi, surprisingly, in 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Did not see that
This
coming.
was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
I was surprised he won, but also
I was.
this was a great match. And like good for Despy, honestly.
Mhm.
And also, they both always look great.
I take this to mean that New Japan realizes they're running out of options, and Hiromu needs to become a heavyweight main eventer now.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Hiromu always looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh, and his little monster guy. He's the coolest guy on that roster.
Yeah, he's
They
great.
I just want to hang out with him, bro. I want to go shopping. He's got good clothing spots. Like, take me out. Let's eat noodles.
I mean, picture Hiromu being in Sonata's spot this year. How much better everything would have been, So,
That would be my dream come true.
yeah. So, Despy can take care of the junior division. He's great. We love Despy. He's great now. Let Hiromu fight with the big boys for the big belts.
Truly.
So, Gorillas of Destiny, not those ones. ELP and Hikuleo, that's right. Defeat Bishamon, my god, how in 9 minutes. So, it happened.
Yeah.
You can skip this if you haven't seen the show. You can skip.
It's
it.
fine. This was
Fine.
definitely one that I was just like,
it's fine. Yeah. They've
just wait to hear the music. All right, great. All right.
this storyline has been a story well told and well booked, and also you can skip it.
Yeah.
This has been a storyline not well told or well booked, but it just goes to show you when you have really great wrestlers, how much of a difference it makes. Tama Tonga defeats Shingo.
Right.
Now,
there was nothing there, and it was like.
But it had a great match because it's fucking.
Yeah, they had
Shingo.
a great match.
Yeah, 13 minutes.
Is there's a rumor there too
Yes.
that Tonga is going.
Because he has the title,
well,
so why did they do that?
That's why I was confused by the win, because I thought for sure he's leaving.
And his brother, Hikuleo, also won, so what's going on there?
Maybe New Japan's doing one less plea.
Christ. Alright. Well, maybe they're leaving. I don't know. It feels like every 6 months for the last 3 years, Tom has almost left, so...
That's true.
I don't know what
but
to do with.
His reasoning this time makes more sense, which is just like, I miss living in the United States of America, where I'm from. And even though it sucks here, I get it.
I mean, you know.
It kind of sucks everywhere. It's not a great time in the world. Hey, guys. Don't check the news. Keep watching wrestling.
So, Wardo has been better. But yeah, classic Shingo. He's great. He lost. But now he's going to fight Jon Moxley. That will be awesome.
That's going to be lit.
House of Torture. Evil and Ren Narita defeat Shota Umino and Kaito Kiyomiya.
They really never forgave Kaito Kiyomiya. They keep bringing him over and just spanking him. Like,
why do we do this to Ren Narita? Why? Why have you done this?
I
mean, like, what do you even? I don't have anything to say.
I'm same. I'm just like, why?
Don't.
Don't.
Just don't. Don't.
Stop it. God, knock it off.
Fucking Christ. Fucking House of Torture. Fucking. They came out. I swear to God, I'm like, they came out on New Year's Dash, and I'm like, who's in this fucking faction again? Like Sho and Kanemaru and Yujiro.
Fucking
Why?
Party City, man. Just fucking.
God damn it! All right. Anyway, Yuya Uemura defeated Yota Tsuji by pinfall with his cool suplex hold gimmick.
Who is this kid again?
Right, Yuya Uemura. So he's in. Wait, just five.
Is he
guys?
in House of Torture? I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah, because Kanemaru left and then he joined, so it's still 5. So. Yeah, Taichi took him in because he liked Yuya Uemura when he was a young rookie, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, I love Tsuji. Like, I watched this match. I was just like, I thought they were pretty good. I was just like, for some reason, I could not remember who this person was.
Yeah, Uemura. So, like, he got left out of this, like, new Three Musketeers thing that they did with Shooter, Ren, and now it's Tsuji. So that's his story, I guess. Like, they didn't list him as a musketeer or whatever, so he's got to prove it. And the weird thing is, here's what makes no sense, as my friend Zach Snow pointed out. Yuya Uemura looks like everything they want. He's got, like, the build, he's handsome, he can throw a nice drop kick. So, like, why wouldn't they have made him a musketeer? Makes no sense.
He seems like he's got, like, real potential, kind of more than some of the other people they're pushing, so I'm like...
Yeah.
Okay!
I'm glad that Uemura got a win. I don't know... I would not be beating Tsuji as much as they've been beating Tsuji.
No, they should make him, like, formidable. He should be, like... I mean, his intro is I'm Godzilla, right? So, like, he should just be, like, wrecking house now.
I would just have him I would just have him wreck everybody for a while. So
Yeah, make him
have him win New
tank.
Japan Cup or some crazy shit.
Ooh, that would be smart.
Yeah, it would be. watch him.
These promotions are driving me out.
Watch him lose in the first round.
I know.
To someone who doesn't matter at all, like just some mid Carter. Like Taichi. No offense. Anyway.
Much offense, Taichi.
Then we had Go Prez. Defeated Zack Sabre Jr. less than 15 minutes. He beat him in 9 minutes.
This was fucked. This was fucked up.
A cursed match this
Listen,
was. Well,
I love Tana. You know, he's the golden retriever. He's the golden boy of New Japan so much that he's the president. You gonna tell me he's gonna beat Zack Sabre Jr.'s fucking win streak? Like, that's...
He out-wrestled him, Katie.
No, he didn't.
He out-wrestled him.
He just didn't. No man wearing a bolero shrug can out-wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. I don't care how fancy your prom hair is. Really it just, once again, hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't even hate Tanahashi. It just, he was just like, I'm the president and I want to wear that square belt.
Yeah. Yep.
If New Japan wants to start doing a Western style promotion, which they kind of are doing with, they hired an English backstage commentator so Dolph can do his WWE thing backstage, right?
Hilarious. Yeah.
Which I was like, okay. Then they should go all the way and make evil corporate Tanahashi. He's now a suit, and by the rules of wrestling, once you work for the company, that makes you a heel.
Yeah.
Why not close out his career being evil?
Put
him in a suit, make him, make people do product placements and whatever shit, ban chain wrestling or whatever you gotta do.
Katie, do you remember the Bo Dallas NXT gimmick? Where he thought he was like John Cena, but he was a bad guy the whole time? I would love for Tanahashi to do that. To think that he's still the beloved face, but now he's a corporate shill. But he acts like he's still beloved and all that. That would be fantastic if he did that.
Yeah.
I would love it so much.
Because then that would make me less mad about this.
He's gonna have air guitar with the TV title.
The thing is, they simply won't ever do it. So
the thing is, Katie, will not. You're mad now. Imagine how mad you're gonna be when Matt Riddle beats him for this title. Just think.
Oh, I'm already mad. I'm already mad.
I want you to prepare yourself to be furious.
I've already accepted it.
Yeah. Matt Riddle's gonna come out with his stoner Japanese theme, kick off his...
It was like when I was ramping up, like I knew I was gonna turn 30, so I started saying I was 30 years old when I was like 28, So it's like, I know Riddle has that belt already. Yeah. I just gotta accept it today.
Yeah. Some people, they're... What? I've been watching The Wire recently, and I think at one point, Marlo Stansfield says, like, man, that dude was already dead. He just didn't know it yet. That's like with Matt Riddle being the champion. He's already the champion. We just don't know it yet.
Exactly.
And let's see. Was there an opener on this bad boy that I missed? Let's see. We got
There's probably like 100-person tag team match.
Oh, it was the juniors. Yeah, TJP's spooky now. Whatever. So.
Boo! I hate TJP. I fucking hate him.
Why, Katie?
Boo!
Just because.
Boo! You suck. You suck. I don't care if you're spooky. I don't care if you're a Game Boy. I don't care if you're Mega Man. Boo!
He has a lot of ideas to contribute to the Manosphere, Katie, about
Boo!
women in video games and other things.
Go home!
He's a resident leading Manosphere talking point haver.
Boo!
TJ Perkins.
If you're a wrestler, I don't want to hear any of your opinions. Just get in there. I don't want to know anything about you, bro.
Well, he's spooky, and now he won the title, so good for him. I will say I like his tag partner, Francesca Kira.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. He's talented. I hope he gets...
Free him!
Yeah.
Free him from TJP!
I hope he
Put
gets
him with anyone else!
Yeah.
Put him with a sack of potatoes! I don't care! I'll clap!
Yeah, he might challenge Despy at some point this year. It'll be fun. So,
That would be cool.
yeah. That was Wrestle Kingdom, Katie. There's also a Rambo, but fuck that shit. I'm not going over that. I don't care about...
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Ishimori and Yano and Great Okan in a 4-way with Yo or whatever. So, yeah. Overall, what'd you think of the show, Katie?
It bummed me out. It bummed me out. I mean, obviously, Okada Danielson was great.
Sure.
You know, we had some good wrestling in here, but overall, this is the thing I look forward to most of the year, and it was...
mid.
It was so mid. It, like, once again, it hurt my feelings. I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
Usually it's like Christmas morning.
I know.
Getting up early to watch Wrestle Kingdom. Turning off my social media so I don't get spoiled.
My friend
Instead,
Zach...
I did my job while this was on. Like, I was like, it was such a bummer to not be excited about it.
There are years where I've stayed up to watch Wrestle Kingdom.
Right.
I have done it. I've stayed up to watch.
I have done it too.
Yeah.
And I almost forgot it happened.
This year, when my friend Zach asked me if I stayed up to watch Wrestle Kingdom, I was like, you're kidding, right? There ain't no way. I'm going... And then my friend Sean Trad shared a funny gif of Ishii hitting the pillow. Just going to sleep. I was like, yeah, that's me, baby. I'm in the hay. Fuck this.
Bless Ishii. He said, fuck this.
And he wasn't on the card. He was in the Ishii was in the Rambo, and he didn't even win.
Yeah, because he went to bed.
Yeah.
He said, put me up front so I can go home.
Yep. Yeah. We are going to get a Zack Sabre Bryan Danielson rematch based on what happened at Dash. Yeah, and I assume Zack will probably win the rematch. This last year of Danielson's career is sad because he's the greatest ever, and I want so many more matches from him. Yeah, so much.
Fuck them kids, Danielson. You're on fire.
Oh,
who cares? You're a wrestler. That kid's fucked. Like,
yeah, whatever. They're fine.
You're gonna be happy not wrestling? You're gonna get so depressed, dude. I know it.
Yeah, well, maybe he might come back for some one-offs, but his full-time career will be winding down. So, yeah, those are the major shows. Now we have some time to rest and contemplate, as AEW doesn't have another pay-per-view until March, and New Japan, whatever. What do you want me to say?
I'll probably watch that show, or at least I'm gonna watch the Shingo Moxley.
Oh, that's true.
Match.
You know what? I might buy it. Or maybe I'll stream it this weekend because it looks.
I will
good.
try. I will not pay for it, but I will find a way.
Yeah, it's.
I'm not.
It's got
I'm
Julia
not
too. It's got Julia, right?
Yes, who we gotta watch her before she takes off too. But that makes the most sense though, because Damage Control is the fucking best thing on WWE right now. And it's Asuka, Io, and Kairi, and Io were like the queens of stardom before they left. So I mean, that actually makes sense to me.
Do you think Julia's gonna join them or go against them?
She's gonna go against them, and they're gonna fight, and then they'll be friends.
Julia and Becky Lynch tag team or whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want her to get buried, but you know.
Well, yeah. I mean,
but she could speak English, is the thing.
Yeah.
So she's got that going for her.
Man, another one. TK lip slipped through his fingers. God damn it, TK! You gotta start nailing down these goddamn women's wrestlers. For the love of God.
He sucks, dude. He needs a liaison or something because he just does. I don't know, man. He's missing something in his brain. Because like, whenever he does, like, announcements or something, I'm like, there's something missing behind the eyes. He's like, when you grow up that wealthy, you just, like, don't develop certain cognitive skills, I think.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say if it's one percenter syndrome or if he might be a little bit on the spectrum too. I've heard people
Oh,
somewhat
I
theorize.
You think? I was trying to avoid it because I
mean,
didn't want to be called a word, but
you know what? I'll take the heat, Katie. Yeah, I think TK's on the spectrum. I said it. Yeah,
bro, he
Lawson Leon
definitely
said
is.
it in 2024. You can quote me that I said he may or may not be on the spectrum. I'm backpedaling. Yeah, he may or may not. I can neither confirm nor deny whether or not
Okay, confirm or
Tony
deny.
Khan may or may
Tony
not
Khan's
be.
special interest is ruining wrestling.
And by spectrum, I don't know what spectrum I'm even talking about. I don't read. Haven't read a book in
Yes,
7 years.
he's bisexual.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He's on the section. Yeah, that's what I meant. He's asexual. Maybe.
I think
He
so.
might be, actually. All he loves is the book. Of wrestling, I mean. He loves the book wrestling. So that's it from us here. We have a Patreon. If you want to support the show. Patreon.com.
Please check it out. Lawson's putting the goods on there.
Yeah, Patreon.com/Happy Wrestling. And anything else we got to talk about, Katie, coming up or whatever?
No.
All right, sick. We'll be here next
I'm
week.
only gonna be here. If you want fucking content from Katie, you gotta watch this show.
Yeah.
That's it. This is all I'm doing. So get on board.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeehaw.
As always, as every week, adios and happy wrestling.
Happy wrestling.
Bye.
Bye.